Welcome to another deep dive. This time, you and I are going deep into the life and work of Bob Camblin.
Oh, Bob Camblin. Now, this should be a fascinating one.
It really should. I mean, just looking at all this source material that you sent over,
Yeah.
his own words, biographical information, that discussion about Bull Forgotten Eye on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, and that book excerpt
Mm-hmm.
that also talks about that
Yeah.
watercolor.
Right.
Plus all these really interesting reviews and forewords to give us some context for how people saw him and his work.
I mean, he's one of those figures in art history where you hear the name
Yeah,
and, he's someone to be reckoned with.
yeah.
But there's also this air of mystery around him.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're going to try to unpack today.
Right.
We're really going to dive deep into Camblin's perspectives on art, life, and how he saw all these different ideas that seem so separate to us as being really profoundly connected.
I'm excited to get into it.
Me too. So to start us off, before we get into his actual words, I thought maybe we could talk about his life a bit for context. Who was Bob Camblin? Where did he come from?
Yeah, that's a great place to start. Because you can't really separate an artist's life from their work, can you?
I don't think so.
And Camblin's life, well, it was itself kind of a work of art.
Really? In what way?
Well, he was born in Oklahoma,
Right.
1928. The biography tells us that his parents were artists.
Oh, wow. So art was just part of his world from the very beginning.
Yeah, exactly. It must have just saturated his childhood.
Yeah.
Surrounded by canvases and paints. You can just imagine.
I love that.
And then he went on to study at the Kansas City Art Institute.
That's a well-respected school.
Yeah.
So he had that solid foundation in art.
He did.
Yeah.
And after that, a Fulbright scholarship to Italy.
Wow. That's huge.
It is. Imagine you're a young artist and you get to immerse yourself in that rich artistic heritage of Italy. The Renaissance masters, the incredible architecture. It must have been a turning point for him.
Oh, absolutely. That would shape anyone's perspective on art.
Exactly.
I'm curious, though. The bio mentions that he taught for a while
Yeah.
at different universities
Yeah.
before he really committed fully to making his own art.
He did. He taught at Ringling, Illinois, Detroit,
Wow.
even Utah and Rice.
It's almost like he was testing out ideas.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe refining his own artistic philosophy through teaching.
Yeah.
And you know what else is interesting?
What's that?
The fact that he often signed his work as anonymous.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that.
It really tells you something about his priorities.
I think so.
Like he didn't need or maybe even want that personal recognition.
It was about something bigger.
Exactly.
The art itself.
Yeah.
The message.
Right. Not about Bob Camblin, the individual.
It's fascinating.
It is.
So let's jump into his actual words now.
Yes, let's.
I think it's the best way to understand his perspective. You've shared a bunch of his quotes.
Yeah, I thought these would be a good starting point for you.
They really give you that direct line to his thinking, don't they?
They do. And some of them are really quite something,
I know, right?
like this one.
Okay.
Fortunately, some things remain forever,
Okay.
or another 10 years perhaps.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Right. It's so Camblin,
It is.
this awareness of how everything is impermanent.
Yeah.
Even things that seem like they'll last forever, well, they won't.
Yeah, he's not being pessimistic, is he?
I don't think so.
It's more like he's acknowledging the nature of reality
Yeah,
for him.
exactly.
And it makes you wonder, doesn't it, how that awareness of impermanence, how that shaped his art?
Oh, absolutely. Everything he created. You have to look at it through that lens, don't you?
I think so.
This understanding that nothing lasts forever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's a good lesson for all of us, actually,
What do you mean?
to appreciate the present moment,
Yeah,
to really savor it.
because it's fleeting.
It is.
Oh, I love that.
Let's move on to this next one. It's a bit longer. Look into the atom, you get what you need.
Mhm.
Look into magic, and you get what you need. Philosophy and art are in both.
I love this one.
Me too. It really gets to the heart of his belief that everything is connected.
Yes.
He's not drawing these hard lines between science and magic,
Right.
philosophy, art. He sees them all as equally important ways of understanding the world.
That's so interesting.
Isn't it?
Because we tend to compartmentalize things so much.
Yeah, we do. We put science in one box,
Yeah.
art in another.
And never shall the two meet.
Right. But Camblin, he's saying it's all connected.
Yeah.
It's all part of the same pursuit.
The pursuit of understanding.
Exactly.
And this next one really builds on that idea, I think.
Okay.
I will stick with common sense and try for the perfectly average view of the universe.
Okay.
I think that will let me enjoy miracles on both sides of science and magic.
Mm-hmm.
and the nuances of the smear between the whiteness and the blackness.
Yeah.
And hope that I can be around when the two meet in the near future and we have an intensely bright gray.
Wow. What a quote.
It's so good, isn't it?
It is. It's so Camblin.
It is.
That desire for balance.
Right.
You know, he doesn't want to take sides.
It's not black and white.
It's not.
It's gray.
An intensely bright gray.
Right. And he loves those nuances.
He does. Those complexities.
Yeah.
The things that don't fit neatly into categories.
Right.
And that's where the real beauty lies for him.
It makes me think about how we so often want to oversimplify things
Yeah, we do.
to make them easy to understand.
Right. But life isn't like that.
It isn't. It's messy.
It is.
It's complicated.
It's nuanced.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it is. And Camblin seems to really revel in that.
He does. Okay, this next one is interesting.
Okay.
It's short, but powerful.
Okay, what is it?
The sixth sense is to be, without a doubt, senza dubio, no doubt. That's intriguing, isn't it?
It is. That idea of a sixth sense.
Right. And he even throws in the Italian there.
Senza dubio.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Right.
So it seems like he's talking about intuition.
Yeah. That feeling of just knowing something.
That inner certainty.
Right. And for him, that's a valid way of understanding the world.
It is. It's almost like a sensory experience.
Yeah.
Beyond the five senses we usually talk about.
Right. It makes me think about times in my own life where I've just known something without being able to explain it.
Right. And maybe that's what Camblin's getting at.
That there's more to knowledge than just logic and reasoning.
Maybe so.
Okay. This next quote shifts gears a little bit.
Okay, what is it?
It's kind of a two-parter.
Right.
Find something in nature that completes you, and then surrender. The light is all you need.
Okay.
The end is to evolve by doing the best you can. The means is to amplify what you're doing and believe.
There's so much packed into those two sentences.
I know. I love the first part.
Yeah.
That idea of finding something in nature that completes you.
And then surrendering to it.
Right. It's so beautiful.
It is. And then that line.
The light is all you need.
Yeah, it's almost spiritual, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the second part.
The end is to evolve by doing the best you can.
Right. It's about constant growth.
Yeah.
Self-improvement.
Right. And the importance of believing in what you're doing.
Yes.
I love that. It's almost like a recipe for a fulfilling life.
It is, isn't it?
According to Bob Camblin.
Right.
Okay. He then brings us back to art.
Okay.
With this quote.
All right.
Art is not just images. Art for art's sake has become art for life's sake, or art for my sake, or art for survival's sake.
I mean, this is a big statement, isn't it?
It is. It feels like there's a real evolution in his thinking about art here.
Yeah. It's not just about creating something beautiful anymore.
Or pleasing patrons.
No.
It's deeper than that.
It's essential.
Right.
It's about life itself.
Yeah.
About understanding your place in the world.
Maybe even surviving it. I love that.
It's powerful.
Okay. This next set of quotes, I'm excited to hear your take on them.
Okay.
Because I know you're really into Zen philosophy.
Yeah, I find it fascinating.
And these have that real Zen flavor to them.
All right, let's hear them.
Step off the train of thought. To find the power that is no power.
Okay.
To do the work that is not work.
I'm liking this already.
Right.
Yeah.
To laugh, the true laugh.
Okay.
Bending is not bowing.
So good.
I know, right? They're like little cushions.
They are little puzzles to make you think differently.
Yeah. And they all point to this idea of letting go.
Yeah, of surrendering control.
Right.
Of finding strength in non-action.
Which is so counterintuitive.
It is. But it's at the heart of Zen.
Right.
The idea that by not forcing things, you actually allow them to unfold naturally.
Yeah. And there's a real power in that.
There is.
Okay. These next two quotes continue this thread.
Okay.
When you think, don't act. When you act, don't think.
I love that. It's so concise.
It is.
And so profound.
It really emphasizes the separation between thinking and doing.
Yeah.
And how sometimes our thoughts can get in the way.
They can.
Of just experiencing things directly.
It's about being present.
Yeah. In the moment.
Fully immersed.
Right. Not overthinking everything.
Exactly.
Okay. I want to read you this one. It's a little longer, but it's so beautiful.
Okay.
The cosmos waves as me with tree leaves.
Okay.
Sun-heated air moves across the electrons of my skin. Sunlight reflects those greens.
Okay.
Thirst white, then yellow-green, and in deep shadows blue.
Wow. What an observation.
It's It's like he's just so attuned to the natural world,
Yeah.
the subtle details.
Yeah, it's like he's seeing the world on a microscopic level.
Almost like he's merging with it.
Yeah, he's not separate.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Okay, a short one now.
Okay.
Much better than arguing is to look at my watercolor palette.
I like this one. It's so simple, but it says so much.
What do you think it says?
For Camblin, art was clearly a form of communication.
Yeah,
Maybe even more effective than words.
I think so too.
He'd rather express himself through his art.
Than get bogged down in arguments.
Exactly.
Okay, this one is really intriguing.
Okay, let's hear it.
White is light.
Okay.
Black is absence of light.
Mm-hmm.
But people are seen.
That's interesting.
It's like a little philosophical puzzle, isn't it?
Yeah, he starts with something so simple.
Light and darkness.
Yeah.
But then he brings in people.
And the act of seeing.
Right.
And it makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About what it means to be seen.
To be acknowledged.
To exist.
It's so simple, but so profound.
It is.
All right, this one's a bit different.
Okay.
Well, that's enough about me, Mother Nature. Let's talk about you. What did you think of my last picture?
Oh, I love that.
It's so playful.
It is.
A direct address to nature.
It's like he's having a conversation with it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it shows you how important nature was to him.
It does.
It's not just the subject for his art.
It's almost like a collaborator.
Yeah.
Okay, two more.
All right.
These are kind of funny.
Okay, I like funny.
When you end an argument with the pessimist, you say, you're absolutely right.
Okay.
With an optimist, you say, it's a banana.
He's so clever, isn't he?
I know, right? It's like he's poking fun at these different perspectives.
Yeah, but there's also a truth to it.
What do you mean?
Well, sometimes with certain people,
Yeah.
there's no point in arguing.
You're not going to change their minds.
Right.
So you just agree
Or you deflect.
with a banana.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's so Camblin.
Okay, last one for this set.
All right.
If you argue, or if you agree, you may learn, but you do not communicate.
Oh, that's good.
Right. It's like he's saying that true communication goes beyond just words,
Yeah.
beyond just agreeing or disagreeing,
It's about something deeper.
maybe about understanding.
Yeah.
Connections. Exactly. It's making me think about all the times I've had arguments with people where I haven't really communicated anything.
Right. You're just talking past each other.
Yeah.
And nobody's really listening.
It's frustrating.
It is.
But I think Camblin is suggesting there's a better way.
Maybe through art
Yeah.
or through silence.
Or maybe just through really listening to each other.
Maybe so.
Okay, I want to read you a few more of these quotes
All right,
because they're just so rich.
Okay, good. I'm ready.
The gate stays open, the fence is broken.
Okay.
He keeps searching, but does not know the size of his quarry. Yet he has faith.
Mm.
He looks in all directions.
Mm.
If he could only see all around, all at once.
I love that image of the open gate and the broken fence.
Yeah.
It's like a metaphor for the search for knowledge.
Or meaning.
Right. Or maybe even for life itself.
And he doesn't even know what he's looking for.
Yeah, the size of his quarry.
Right. But he keeps searching.
And he has faith.
Yeah. That's the key, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, this one's interesting.
Okay.
Revolution leads to changes. Evolution is change.
Yeah.
The first will be man's misunderstanding. The second is understanding. The balance will be found in our minds individually now, perhaps collectively later.
It's like he's talking about societal progress
Yeah.
and how real change
Yeah.
happens gradually.
Right. Not through sudden upheaval,
Yeah.
but through individual understanding.
Right. And then maybe that spreads to the collective.
It's a hopeful thought.
It is.
Okay, this one is so simple,
Okay.
but so true.
Let's hear it.
You never miss the water until the wells run dry.
It's a classic.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so relevant.
I know,
We
right?
take so much for granted.
Until it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one is a bit haunting.
Okay.
Every day, the clouds circle our tower as if we again were the intruders.
I like that. It's like he's acknowledging humanity's impact on the world
Yeah,
and how we're often out of sync with nature.
right. The clouds are circling our tower as if we don't belong there.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is really poignant.
Okay.
There, beneath those rocks. Poor fish,
Okay.
trapped by the changing tides. So much like us.
Oh, that's sad.
It is, isn't it?
But also beautiful.
Yeah.
That analogy to the fish trapped by the tides.
Right.
It's like he's acknowledging the limitations of our human existence.
Yeah. The things we can't control.
The forces that shape our lives.
It's a powerful image.
It is.
Okay, one more.
Right.
It's a bit whimsical.
Okay, good.
It wouldn't be too bad to come back as a fly if you knew your body would shine in the sun that way.
Oh, I love that.
It makes me smile.
It's so unexpected.
It is.
This contemplation of reincarnation,
Right.
but as a fly.
A shiny fly.
Exactly.
It's delightful.
It is.
Okay, we're making our way through these quotes.
Yeah, we're getting there.
But I want to read you a few more that I think are really important.
Okay, good. I'm ready.
Canvas rectangle, summer light, calligraphy, mystic and complete.
It's almost like a haiku, isn't it?
It is.
This distillation of art down to its essence.
Yeah.
The canvas, the light, the marks.
And the question mark at the end.
Right. Is it enough?
Is that all it takes to create something truly meaningful?
Maybe so.
Okay, another one.
All right.
Art is and it isn't, and now everyone knows.
Okay.
Love equals art if experienced. No description is necessary.
Hmm.
But often making out is confused with love,
Okay.
and feeling good is not always art.
I like this one. It's so Camblin.
Is.
That playful use of paradox.
Yeah.
And the emphasis on experience.
Right.
Art and love, they can't be fully explained.
They have to be felt.
Exactly.
Okay, this next quote is kind of cryptic.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Resist and submit, held in perfect balance.
Mm-hmm.
Figure 4.
Okay.
4 times into the thing and 3 times back again. Stay out the last if lucky. 4 times the trap is sprung and 3 times the quarry flees.
Okay.
Changing bait the last time. Tour times the figure 4 and multiply my mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
The last time to infinity. When understood, all truth is funny.
Okay.
Don't let the demon of being right get in. Flow and think of what you are doing, not what you plan to do. Step off the train of thought.
Wow. That's a lot to unpack.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, where do we even start?
Well, I noticed he keeps mentioning this figure 4.
Yeah.
And in the biography, there's a mention of a book review that calls the figure 4 trap a symbol of entanglement.
Okay, so maybe that's a clue.
Yeah.
I think he's using this figure 4 as a metaphor for the complexities of life.
And how we're always caught in these push and pull dynamics.
Right. Resisting and submitting.
Yeah. And he's also talking about mistakes.
Yeah. Multiply my mistakes.
Right.
Like mistakes are part of the process.
Yeah, they're inevitable.
And maybe even essential.
And then there's that line.
Which one?
When understood, all truth is funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's like he's saying that once you see the bigger picture, it all becomes a bit absurd.
Right.
And you can laugh at it.
At yourself.
Yeah.
The whole cosmic joke.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to this next one.
Okay, it's a long one,
All right.
but it's really insightful.
Okay, I'm ready.
Historians love artistic madness when it isn't alive and well and attending meetings.
Mhm.
We can train ourselves to open instead of close the circuits of perception.
Okay.
Believing and knowing are different.
Mm.
Most people practice a belief or a religion they were raised in.
Okay.
Mystics know something else. They remain connected to a faith or abandon it, but they have been somewhere and logic won't make the trip.
Mm-hmm.
One must look for the balance of intuition and logic. History is believable when it is creative.
Okay.
Awareness can soften the shock. Familiarity allows us to participate.
Mm.
Creativity allows us to go beyond. Cynicism is a type of creativity gone destructive and ego-oriented. We all are creative, but we lose our magic in understanding everything instead of knowing.
Wow. There's so much to unpack there.
Yeah,
Where do we
yeah.
even begin?
Well, I think he's really talking about the nature of creativity here
Yeah.
and how it's often misunderstood. And
Yeah.
he's drawing a distinction between belief and knowing,
Yeah, he's saying that most people just believe what they're told.
or what they were raised with.
Right. But mystics, they've had a direct experience.
Yeah.
They know something.
And logic can't explain it.
Exactly.
And then he talks about the importance of open perception.
Opening the circuits of perception.
Right.
And how creativity allows us to go beyond the familiar,
Yeah.
to see the world in new ways.
But cynicism, he sees that as a destructive force.
Yeah, it blocks
Because
creativity.
it closes us off.
Exactly.
Okay, one more.
Sorry.
This one's short but powerful.
Okay, let's hear it.
Pushing up, slowly as a tree growing.
Okay.
Effort of will. See the master, heaping up of small things. No blame, draw, teach, search, reveal, always framed in paradox.
I love that.
It's like a little manifesto for life.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about patience,
Persistence.
learning from others.
Embracing contradiction.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Okay, this is the last one.
All right, the grand finale.
It's the longest one, but I think it's worth reading in its entirety.
Okay, let's do it.
It's titled The Need or Thoughts on Eccentric Works.
Okay, that's an intriguing title.
It is, and it really gets into the heart of his artistic philosophy.
All right, I'm ready.
One must go back to the unknown and naive approach to art.
Okay.
We have been seduced by history, critics, and a very affluent but weird culture. There are no nuances remaining in the world. Identification is the aesthetic.
Okay.
Pass quickly onto the next slide, please. A critic is a legless man who teaches running.
Oh, I like that.
Right. It's so biting.
It is.
Innate need to make marks before weapons need and enjoyment. As children, letters and numbers from pictures, nonverbal in a time of many words. Intention, forced, studies quantity, not quality.
Okay.
Artists help historians the same way adults help children look for Easter eggs. Facilities like the Midas touch. There must be a correlation between the emptiness of some art and the efforts of critics and historians to fill it.
Okay.
The visual arts have finally become non-visual. Zazen, the aimless mind, focuses itself.
Okay.
Play the game as if your life depended on it. Why fear and doubt in a harmless course like drawing? There are action experiment drawings for discoveries on paper.
Okay.
There are slow analytic drawings for discoveries in the world. There are conceptual drawings for the discoveries in your mind. Emphasis on the drawing as nonverbal. Emphasis on the concept as nonverbal. Words are natural in a haiku. The idea is simple in a haiku. The reaction is more. One must find his own mystic switch, the rising hackle or the visceral not. This is a truth, but it changes.
Okay.
One must learn not to look, but to see. One must try to fail in order to succeed. Success will be another failure. Process and awareness of it cannot be failure. Writing started as pictures not.